going on, everybody? Excuse my messy hair. I just got out of the shower because I cleaned myself. Sorry. Anyway, today I just wanted to take the chance to talk about Modern Warfare 2 next, or Call of Duty next. I don't know. They had an event today, and it was a multiplayer reveal. I'm actually looking at it as we speak, watching some random gameplay from some random YouTubers and COD partners, or whatever they are. I wish I was a COD partner. I wanted to go. Instead, I worked a 8-hour day in a factory instead of being able to play the new Call of Duty, because Activision and Microsoft and whoever owns Call of Duty nowadays seems to think that I'm not worth their time. Sorry. Anyway, though, I just wanted to kind of just, take some time out and just kind of give my thoughts on it. I know my thoughts aren't really necessarily, it's hard for me not to look at it because it is kind of a pretty game. I'll probably have some gameplay in the background or something for you guys. It's all going to be courtesy of these COD partners here. I'm just going to go on their channel and steal a little bit of this, steal a little bit of that, and for in return, you guys can go and give them a view or something. So I really don't care. They're rich. I'm not. When it comes down to it, I wanted to give like kind of just an opinion because I've been at work today and I have had the time to sit down and kind of examine some stuff. I got to see some multiplayer stuff. I also got to see the reveal for Warzone. I got to see Nick Marks play a little bit of that. When it comes down to it, though, I do think the game looks nice. I think it looks really pretty. I like that it's implementing a lot of things that I like from the past, such as like dolphin diving. I'm glad they fixed some little things like slide canceling is not really a thing anymore. I'm kind of okay with that. My thumbsticks are absolutely fucking worn out to death. Specifically my right one. I probably should have put the slider, the crouch button on my paddles. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera here, but it's hard for me not to watch this gameplay because the multiplayer does look really nice. It is really, really solid looking. The gunsmith, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. The gunsmith looks really nice, being able to customize your gun, making it look how you want to make it look. I feel like back in like Black Ops 4, they tried with the gunsmith and they tried, it was kind of the first, makings of gunsmith. They've slowly implemented it more and more into the newer games and it's gotten better. I thought 2019 Modern Warfare was obviously the best when it comes to like the way gunsmith looked and everything. I thought Cold War was kind of sloppy about it. I think it's kind of stupid the way they do gunsmith, how like you'll get like let's say you buy like a bundle and like it comes with like a barrel that sucks ass, right? I wish I could put a barrel that's good on the gun and make it match what the bundle or like what the premium skin looks like. So I'm thinking that's kind of the direction they're taking now, where like you can pretty much like purchase something from the store and it'll look good with whatever attachments you throw on with it. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm explaining that really that well, but it's all cosmetic bullshit, to be honest with you. But I'm going to talk about the multiplayer a little bit because there are things about Warzone that I'm more negative about, and I don't want to be like a negative asshole, a Ronnie Renegade, if you will, a Debbie Downer about this Renegade Ronnie, if any of these are working for you. I don't want to be an asshole, though, when it comes to the new COD. I'm tired of the rotation of COD comes out, COD is good, COD is then bad for the remaining 7 months of the cycle. By January, it's bad, and then, we're just sitting here waiting, and then we get a reveal in August, and then we're all like, ooh, looks okay, and then you start to get more and more into it, and then the game comes out, and you realize it wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be, and then you end up fucking hating it, and you hate yourself, and then, it just becomes a vicious cycle, and I've been playing Call of Duty since since I played Call of Duty 3 when it came out. Like, the day it came out, I went to Hollywood Video, and I rented the shit out of that game for Xbox. And that was really good. I think that was the first Call of Duty I really jumped into. But multiplayer-wise, the first one I jumped into was COD 4. I played it on my brother's PS3. It was really fun. It was a really good time, especially because PlayStation players were dog shit. You guys know who you are, and I'm not saying this because I was a big PlayStation hater or I was a big Xbox guy. I did have an Xbox 360 when I was a kid, but I had a PS3 as well at some point. And your single-player games were bangers, man, but you fucking multiplayer kids on PS4, on PS3, PS4 changed everything, but the PS3 kids, you guys were absolute garbage at the game. I'm really sorry to say that, but I was like 13 and I jump on there and I'm just shitting on everybody, and it shouldn't be like that. COD 4 was such a rough game, I feel like, to get your hands on, and I don't know, man. You PlayStation players are something else, man. Nowadays, though, obviously PlayStation's the big thing, and you guys, I won't talk shit about the new generation, but that previous generation of PlayStation players, you guys were absolutely on another level of shit. Anyway, though, I did want to talk about the multiplayer a little bit. What I was gonna say though is I've been heavy into Call of Duty and keeping up with Call of Duty as much as possible since I was a kid. To be honest with you, my favorite game in the franchise is Black Ops 1. I know a lot of you are probably crying out, "No, no, you have to like Modern Warfare 2 the most." Well, I didn't. I thought Modern Warfare 2 was a slop fest. I like the maps a lot. I like the way the game looked. I still to this day think Modern Warfare 2 is one of the best looking Call of Duties I've ever seen. I think Black Ops 4 looks really good still, but for the previous generation of like Call of Duty fans, I'm thinking we can all agree that Modern Warfare 2 looked the best. Followed by probably say Modern Warfare 3 and then Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2. I mean, whatever. But I loved Black Ops 1. I thought Black Ops 1 did such a good job because it's almost like they heard us say, wow, Modern Warfare 2 is a fucking mess, dude. But it was fun. Modern Warfare 2 was fun. I will admit that. But I feel like the transition from Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops 1 was just really, it was very maturing for a lot of players. Especially for kids like me that were, I'm 27 now. I was like 13 at the time or something when those came out. So, God, time flies. But I am a big Black Ops 1 fan. I like a more balanced Call of Duty. I like a Call of Duty that, you can use pretty much every weapon. And it doesn't feel like all of there might be one that's like really good or two that are like really good, one in each class that's good or whatever. That's fine, I guess. But I like it when every gun is usable. I like picking up guns and just like ripping people with them. It was always just like fun for me. I don't know why. And Black Ops 1 just had that balance to me where it just felt like every gun was really good, really fun to use. I kind of fell off of Call of Duty a little bit after that. Modern Warfare 3, I remember it was fun. I liked it. It felt more sweaty though. It was balanced, but it felt more sweaty. I was just too into Battlefield, I think, at that time. I think Battlefield 3 was coming out, and Battlefield 3 was absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Fight me. I don't give a fuck. Let the record show for this video. I don't care what any of you say, man. I'll say whatever I want, dude. I'm the kind of guy, I wear Stormtrooper pajama pants, dude. I wear them. I straight up do. I fucking booed Russell Wilson before he even landed in Seattle in week 1, okay? So don't even get on me. That's what he gets for leaving, dude. He wants to fucking act like he's still a member of the team. Let's ride these nuts, dude. Ride these nuts. I feel like I have a pretty good like understanding of what a good Call of Duty feels like or what a good Call of Duty looks like from a fan perspective. I'm not one of those guys that's going to sit here and act like I appreciate where Call of Duty has gone. I don't think the futuristic shit that they did was really good, to be honest with you. I didn't like much of it at all. I know Black Ops 3 still has like a cult following for some reason. I'm not going to judge you guys, but you're fucking idiots because that game was fucking lame, dude. But I started liking the games more. I like Black Ops 4. It was fun. I didn't like the specialist bullshit that was in the game. But I was okay with the season pass stuff, even though they lied to us about it. That was all whatever to me. When Modern Warfare 2019 came out, I feel like people like to sit and pretend that game was so fucking good. But in reality, I think it's just one of those, I don't know exactly what the word is for it, but you're all crazy. Because Modern Warfare 2019 was the most stressed out I've ever been playing Call of Duty. In that first 6-7 months of that game, even now that game's annoying as fuck, but like in that first like 6 or 7 months of that game being out, it was a fucking camp fest. It was just unbalanced. It just wasn't a good game, and everybody hated it. Everybody fucking hated it. And it's going to lead into what I was going to say about Warzone later on. And it's that everybody keeps going, I miss Verdansk. Yeah, you miss Verdansk because what we have now is dog shit. Like, it's absolute dog shit. But let's not forget, we were hating on Verdansk when the game was like in its early stages. We were hating on that shit because it was a camp fest. And if we go back to Verdansk, I guarantee it's still going to be a fucking camp fest because no matter where you go, there's skyscrapers and people are sitting in fucking corridors and waiting for you to come up a flight of stairs. It was a fucking mess. And I'm tired of people acting like, same with like Call of Duty 2019. It was such a good game. It was so good. It really wasn't. Like, you can go back and play it now and it's still kind of campy. But the skill-based mixed in with just the lack of effort from the developers, the safe space bullshit, the doors, the windows, like it was just, it's PTSD coming back to me right now, dude. And I'm not gonna sit here this whole video and hate, but you know, 2019 was bullshit, dude. It was bullshit. And then they followed it up by releasing the half-baked Cold War, which looked like a fucking game straight from the PS2 era. It was so just, it wasn't that bad, but it looked pretty fucking terrible. It was Arcade of Duty, which is fine. I mean, that's fine, but like they implemented it with Warzone, which at the time Warzone was a lot of fun for a little bit there. You know, I will admit Warzone was a great time for the first, I'd say year. I'd say the first year was good until cheaters started getting worse and the map never changed, and you know, they never really changed much when it came down to it. You know, they added the little subway system where you could get on a train and it goes black screen, you end up in another part of the Verdansk or whatever. That was such a lame fucking update. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and just dive into all the negatives about it, even though it seems like I want to, because I do want to. But I think there's a pattern when it comes to Call of Duty, and Vanguard was awful too. It was terrible. We all know how bad that game is. I don't even have to mention it. That's how bad we all know it is. I just want to show that there is a trend though with Call of Duty, and it's not necessarily the fact that the games are bad, because they're not bad. They're mechanically like very much up to date, just like Call of Duty should be. Call of Duty should be, and it always has been, the standard for shooters. Even when they went futuristic, I know they lost a lot of fans, but it was still the standard for shooters. There were still like other FPS developers that were trying to copy the formula, no matter how weird the game got, no matter how much wall jumping and how many sitting ass pussies are around corners. You know, they were still trying to figure out a way to match how Call of Duty was formulating this many people to be on it. And it's the simplicity of it. It's a simple game. It's supposed to be simple. You know, I understand like they can't balance everything, and that's kind of the fun of it, is sometimes there's that one gun that's just shreds. It just completely runs through everybody. You know, I'm looking at you, the fucking AK-74U from Black Ops 1. You know, just like all those random ass guns though that I'm not feeling like naming right now, but like the overpowered ass guns are always fun. You know, it's always fun for a little bit. It's when the developers don't do anything about shit like that. And that kind of leads into what I'm trying to say here, and it's that don't get your hopes up for this shit, because they are going to disappoint you. Like, it is going to be a disappointment. I think the game looks really nice. I think the multiplayer looks really nice. I'm going to buy it. I know that sounds like totally hypocritical of me to say that they're going to disappoint us. I have the money. I don't have a problem buying the game. That's not the issue here. My issue is that I'm only going to really enjoy it for 3 months. And that annoys me, because it's the same bullshit rotation, especially since Warzone 2 is going to release within the same like year, you know, within that same last few months of the year. So it's going to be very crammed, I feel like. And I understand that Warzone makes a lot of money. I understand that it's the bread and butter right now of the franchise, and I totally get that. And I get like why they're going in that direction. They got to do more Warzone. I understand. But I think they did a really good job from what I've seen on these maps. The maps look really good. The beta comes out tomorrow, which I'll be playing on the channel, or actually on my Twitch channel. Not going to be on my YouTube, but on my Twitch. So, you know, go look into that. I'll leave links in the description and shit. Anyway, so now that I'm done plugging myself, I think the multiplayer looks nice. I do think it looks nice. It looks like something that's going to be very well put together. The guns look really like just chunky. It reminds me of when Modern Warfare 1 or Modern Warfare 2019 was coming out, where all the guns just seemed really loud and very like centerpiece. You know, like it's very centerpiece, and you can very much see that they put a lot of effort into the way the guns operate in the game. And that's good. I'm really glad that they, you know, even though it's on the same engine and it's technically only a few years since the first Modern Warfare, and it's, you know, it all kind of looks the same, it is different. Like there is a lot of differences here. You know, they added dolphin dive back in from the Black Ops games, which if you don't know what dolphin dive is, you pretty much just can like dive forward pretty much as fast as you can. So it's good for evading fire and everything. And from what I've been seeing, these streamers using it, like the way they use it, it seems like in a very proper way. It looks like it's a very fun mechanic to have in the game, which is good. Slide canceling, like I said earlier in the video, that's not really a part of the game anymore. You can't really like slide and then stop the slide to stand up. You can only slide, and then once you reach the end of the slide, that's when you pull your gun up and stand up pretty much. So that's nice. It's nice that they finally fixed a mechanic that they should have had fixed in the first place. Like I said, the maps look really nice. The guns look chunky. The gunsmith looks really cool. There's a lot of attachments that look really, really fun to use. Though I will say that was a problem in Modern Warfare 1. The last 3 Call of Duties, actually, it seems like it's always been the same, like 5 or 6 attachments to use, and that's it. I got a feeling it's going to be the same exact way in this game because Call of Duty is pretty simple. But I think it looks nice. I think the multiplayer itself and then the single player looks good too. I think if you're into single player as it is, I think it was already worth the $70 because the single player is really like in depth, and it's really that last single player Modern Warfare had was really, really good. It was really different. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I thought that was worth the $60 admission fee as it was. But I do think the multiplayer in this Modern Warfare, oh no! I do think the multiplayer looks pretty solid though. It looks solid. And I know like we always say that within the first, couple weeks of seeing the new Call of Duty being showcased, but I genuinely do feel like this one's going to be different enough to where they're going to take, I feel like they are going to take care of the multiplayer a little bit more this time around. I do feel like Microsoft taking over later this year is going to really, make them push for the things that the fans want. Though when I say that, this is something for another video, but the way Microsoft has handled Halo, I think that they're a fucking joke of a company at this point in time, but I do have faith that they bought Activision Blizzard for a reason, or Activision and Activision Blizzard. I do think that they bought them for a reason. I do think they're going to make this franchise remain the top franchise pretty much. And maybe that's why Halo is so shit nowadays. But like I said, I'll save that for another video that's coming out soon. But about Modern Warfare, I do think the multiplayer looks nice. They did say there's a Spec Ops mode again, which if you recall in Modern Warfare 2, in the original Modern Warfare 2, it was pretty much little missions you could do with a friend. I don't remember exactly what they said about Spec Ops, but I'm hoping it's 4-player. That'd be kind of cool. Before it was 2, but I think 4-player Spec Ops would be really fun, especially with the way technology is now. Like they can totally get 4 people in a single game like that, no problem at all, I feel like. But yeah, I do think the multiplayer looks good. I don't want people to sit here and, I know not a lot of people watch my videos. I understand that, but if you are watching this, I don't want you to sit here and look at these streamers and go, oh my God, they really like it, so I'm going to really like it. These guys are being paid to like this game. It's God damn it, dude. It's extremely obvious at this point. Where did my joystick go? Oh no. Oh, I think I found it. Cool. These guys are being paid though. They're partners. They were flown out to Activision or wherever the fuck they do this shit. The middle of the desert or Area 51, whatever the fuck wherever they do this. They flew these guys out. They gave them a bunch of free food and a bunch of hotel rooms and pretty much said, hey, record this and show all your fans. And that's why you're going to see all these goofy ass clickbait, stupid ass fucking mouth open videos about this game's multiplayer. It's not jaw dropping, and that's what I want people to understand from my perspective. I'm a huge Call of Duty fan and I'm very realistic about things. Like I said, I booed Russell Wilson, but I understood why people booed him. But I do understand, they got to sell what they're going to sell. But I need people to understand that from a real perspective, like from a fan of the series that like doesn't want to see the game be bad and doesn't really care if it's good either at the same time, because I'm kind of falling off of it at this point with the rotation, like I said earlier. I think this is a good change of pace for the game, being on a 2-year cycle. I think that's going to be good. I think Warzone's going to mess it up a lot, just like it did with Modern Warfare 2019. But, limit your expectations. That's something I could never really make myself do when it came to Call of Duty. I always felt like, there was nothing else that was fun enough to play when Call of Duty would come out around that time of year. So I was like, I guess I got to get Call of Duty. I would always find a way to justify why I'm having to buy Call of Duty again this year. But this time I have reasons I like it. I have reasons it looks good to me. I don't, we'll see when we get our hands on that beta tomorrow, but I don't think this game's going to like blow anybody out of the water, but I do think it's got enough mechanics, enough mechanical changes, enough aesthetic changes, and enough that they've learned from, I feel like, to be able to say that this might be worth $70. I think this will be worth it. And even if you don't like multiplayer, that Spec Ops mode is going to be fun. The single player is going to be fun. They did announce that new Escape from Tarkov mode, DZ. I don't remember what it's called, but it's that's supposed to be a part of it too. I don't know if that's a part of Warzone or if that's a part of like Modern Warfare, but that's just another fun thing that we're going to be able to play. Again, we don't have gameplay of that, unfortunately, but you know, I do think the game looks okay. I don't think it looks bad by all means. And I really did start this video up thinking I was going to talk a lot of shit about the multiplayer. I think the multiplayer looks all right, though, to be honest. There are a few things. Let me get my notes real quick here. Just to run down a few things that I noticed that I liked and didn't like, just to get it out of the way before I move on to Warzone. I'll say something I don't like and I'll say something I do like. And, you know, if there's something that I'm like, you know, misspeaking on, fucking yell at me for it in the comments. I don't care. So one of the bad things, I don't like the minimap. I don't like that they're doing the same bullshit with the minimap they've been doing for the last 3 years. And it's almost like you have to have a perk to see people who are shooting on the map. You're not like you don't see anybody on the map whatsoever. Like you never see anybody on the map when they're shooting, nothing like that. It wants you to rely on your ears more. I get that. But I like the minimap having a red dot when somebody's shooting from that direction. I like knowing there's somebody in this direction, you know. Call me a noob, I don't give a fuck, but that's how Call of Duty was growing up. If you didn't have a suppressor on your gun, you were seen on the radar. That's what you get. You know what I mean? I don't like that you have to either have like a perk or it's just not a mechanic in the game at all to have a red dot on your fucking minimap. That's just goofy to me. I never understood that. And it's weird because even Halo's kind of doing that now where the motion tracker like almost doesn't pick people up sometimes. And it's kind of weird how these companies or like these developers are making like radars and minimaps like almost inconsistent to the point where they don't really matter anymore. It's kind of weird. I'm sure the minimap is going to still be important in this new Call of Duty's multiplayer, but I don't think it's going to be amazing. You know, if you got to use a perk or something to see people, it's going to be annoying as fuck. Something I really like, I like the maps. Like I said before, we did see Terminal came back. You know, everybody loves Terminal. You know, it's just amazing. I'm really hoping to see more remakes. I'd like to see a lot more like actual Modern Warfare 2 maps. I would love to see like just straight 8 maps from Modern Warfare 2, just 8 fan favorite maps just right into the game. I would love to see that. But the maps that we have seen so far, they look pretty nice. Like they're all like, I think they look good though. They look really nice. They look really like, they're really clean. They're really polished and there's some doorways, but there's not like a lot of doors, you know, and that's kind of cool. So the fact that there's no doors is really what's going to sell me on this game, if I'm being completely honest with you. Something I don't really understand, something I don't know if I like it or not, to be honest with you. There's no more reload cancel. The reload canceling is practically null and void now. It's pretty much gone. Once you start a reload, your character has to finish the reload or else you're fucked. It's almost kind of like how Apex is, where I don't know if you don't play Apex, then you're fucked. But it's almost like Apex. When you start the reload, if you cut the animation off at that point, when you come back to that gun, it starts the reload from that animation. So if you're just about to put the clip into the gun and pull the fucking thing back, you know, when you switch guns, when you're about to do that, you'll flip back and he'll put the magazine in and, you know, cock it back and everything like that. But I don't really understand the point in taking away that specific function of the game, but I guess it does make it a little more realistic, a little more tactical. So, I mean, that might slow the game down a little bit, but, you know, I don't know. I don't think we need anything right now that will slow Call of Duty down any more than it's already been slowed down to with the way people play now. But I guess we'll see how that goes. But that was one of the negatives I had. Another positive I like the sounds. I like the way the guns sound. I like the footsteps. They sound a little bit louder than in Modern Warfare 1 or Warzone in general. I like that. I do feel like this game, something about this game's look and the way it's like coming together to me, it kind of looks a lot like Escape from Tarkov. Like it's got a lot of the same like sound effects where like your boots are crunching on gravel and shit. It sounds like it's just everything sounds a little louder, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like I've watched a lot of Escape from Tarkov, and I kind of related the two a little bit. I don't know. And then they added that new like that new extraction game mode or whatever, the DZ game mode or whatever, and it's supposed to be like Escape from Tarkov-esque. Starting to feel like they're getting a lot of inspiration from other companies, which is good. That's always good too. That, you know, it just like the same problem we have with like Madden and 2K is there's no competition. So I think Call of Duty is finally feeling that competition kicking in a little bit, you know, between like people jumping on Halo for that first couple months or that first month. You know, people jumping over to Apex more often now, Escape from Tarkov getting more popular. I do feel like they're copying off of these other companies, which is how we get better games, is by companies improving on the standards that we have out there. Another thing I personally don't, I'm kind of in between on slide canceling being gone. I think that'll be good competitive wise, but I think it's gonna really like alienate some of these newer players. I think they got accustomed to slide canceling all over the fucking place, which is good. Get them the fuck out of here. But at the same time, losing fans is not in the recipe for success. So I can see slide canceling coming back in full force in some way or another. Somebody's gonna find a way to do it. It's gonna ruin the game. I already said how much the graphics are nice. The gunsmith looks nice. That's pretty much all I have to say as of right now until I get my hands on the game and get to play it, which, like I said, we'll be streaming that on Twitch TV. Bronze_sausage, kick it in, be there, be square, it doesn't matter. Come on over, hang out, say what's up, ask me how the game is, all that stuff. I'm going to be playing it on PS5 for the early access for it. But I'm going to jump over to Warzone really quick and just kind of give my thoughts on that. I've seen Warzone the least, to be honest with you, since they're kind of keeping a lot of it just like, everybody's pretty much got like one game out of it, and that's about it right now. It looks okay. It looks all right. I like that there's an FOV slider for consoles now for people. I play on PC, but I do like that there's an FOV slider for everybody. That's really nice. The graphics, they're a lot brighter. It's a lot prettier looking, just like the multiplayer is. A lot more poppy. Everything pops at you. I will say, I don't know if this is a big take right now, but I feel like it probably is. It's very similar. The looting and the pace of it is very similar to Blackout. And there's going to be a half of the fans are going to say, I fucking love Blackout. And then the other half are going to go, Blackout's fucking garbage, scrub ass, mid ass game. Warzone's better. There's always going to be two fan bases. But it certainly fucking seems like the direction they're taking is a more Blackout direction where it's more team focused, more, slow paced, almost like a PUBG style slow where, you got to open up the bag and look through the whole bag instead of everything just being out there to loot. I kind of like that. I do. I like that pacing change. I don't mind that at all. Speaking of pace change, there's no more loadouts apparently. I don't really understand how that's going to work. I really don't. I don't know how Call of Duty without Warzone without loadouts. I don't know how that works out for anybody. But I will say, I will be that guy right now and say, I always wanted to see what it was like to play it like Blackout, like to play Warzone, not exactly like Blackout because Blackout wasn't really my favorite, but Blackout did everything in a proper way to set up Warzone, I felt like. So I guess that's the best way to describe it. I genuinely always wanted to see how Warzone operated without loadouts, and I think this is a really fun opportunity to see that. I don't see loadouts being out of the game for long if they're not really a part of the game like that anymore. Like if you're not able to call one in with your money and shit like that anymore, I think that's going to be something they change. They're going to add a game mode or something where you can get loadouts again, and that's going to get popular. I could be completely wrong about that, but I really do feel like, there's going to be an uproar about the loadout thing, unless the game just feels really good and, works without it. I like picking up weapons. I hate RNG. Like BRs piss me off because of the RNG, obviously, but and loadouts kind of fix that RNG. But at the same time, a BR is meant to be, I'm wrong. A BR is meant to be a game that's, based off of RNG. That's the point, so if I get a pistol and you get a rocket launcher, hey, that sucks, but it is what it is. When you give me that loadout, then I get exactly what I want instead of RNG kicking in, which RNG is the name of the game when it comes to a BR. So I understand it. One thing I forgot to talk about with multiplayer, the perks are weird now. It's very much more, it's a lot more like Ghost in a way where you get a bunch of perks. But it's also a lot different, where you have to earn them through a tier system almost as you're playing. So I don't necessarily understand how they're going to work, but we will see more about that tomorrow. Warzone to me though, it doesn't look like enough has really changed to the point where I'm going to jump back in. Cause like I said, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Blackout. Warzone lost my interest. I lost my interest once Caldera came out. I just got kind of tired of the cheating and the bullshit, the constant bullshit that was a part of that game. I'm not bagging on it whatsoever. I think Warzone is great for what it is. I think Warzone 2 didn't do much for me to really want to download 200 more gigabytes of data. I will go out and I will buy the $70 version of Modern Warfare 2. I'll stream it. I'll play it. I love competitive multiplayer. It's very fun for me. But I don't know. Obviously, we're going to try out Warzone 2 when it comes out. If it's great, it's great. Awesome. But I don't see it being a pinnacle part of my, future when it comes down to it. I'm kind of BR'd out when it comes down to it, but maybe this one will be different. Maybe it'll be a lot more fun. But I really just want a Call of Duty where the multiplayer is given its dues. And I was trying to come up with some ideas for how they can do this better, but nothing I say will ever justify them putting more money into multiplayer, because there's just not as much money in that. There's more money in Warzone. It's just how it is with the skins and shit like that. I do think an idea of maybe every month they do a content drop for one or the other. So maybe like let's just say they start in January, right? Let's say January, they'll do a big Warzone update. February, all about multiplayer. They add one new map, maybe a new gun in the beginning of the year or something, or in the beginning of the season or something like that. I'm tired of battle passes too. I'm very much tired of battle passes and the way that Call of Duty does the battle passes. I'm tired of like paying $70 for the game and then getting a free Warzone, and then fucking my guns don't level up in Warzone, so I got to go to multiplayer to level my guns up, and then I don't have any double XPs because I don't have the battle pass, and it's just like, it's annoying as hell, man. And then there's a gun in the battle pass that I really want, but it takes forever to unlock it because the progression system is so slow. And it's just little things like that just annoy the shit out of me. And I hope they do something to improve the monetization in these games, though I don't think they will. I'm gonna try and wrap it up. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit more, but we haven't seen, god damn it, we haven't seen much about Warzone 2. We've seen a couple games and everything like that from streamers and everything. We'll probably see more soon. But expect some multiplayer footage on the channel soon, the early access beta at least. And I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of these games? I think the multiplayer is going to be good this year. I really do. I just think the only thing that could ruin it is possibly just Activision not doing their end of the bargain by, actually taking care of multiplayer the right way. But there's a lot of new mechanics in multiplayer that look cool. Like this mounting, like how you can like mount the wall and like peek over the wall and pop people off. That's really cool. There's some new stuff, and I will give credit where credit's due. They did a lot of new shit. I feel like these maps look nice and the game looks nice. I don't think Warzone is going to allow the multiplayer to be the potential it should be. I really don't. Again, I could be completely wrong about this. And I'm sorry that this video is so long for you guys, but yeah, I want to know what you guys think though. Let me know in the comment section below. What did you guys think of the video? What did you guys think of the reveal? What do you guys think in general? Like, what are you most looking forward to when it comes to Modern Warfare 2? Are you looking forward to Warzone? Are you looking forward to multiplayer? Are you looking forward to search? Are you looking forward to like campaign, spec ops, Escape from Tarkov mode? What are you guys into? You know what I mean? What are we all thinking? Don't forget to tune into my Twitch. Again, it's ttv/bronze_sausage. You can check me out on there. I'm going to be early access PS5 game playing the early access beta to Modern Warfare 2. So make sure you tune in, show some love. Other than that, guys, I don't know if I'm going to edit this down at all, but it's 34 minutes and I like long videos. So I hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Yeah, let me know what you guys think.